Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. We'll wait here just a minute and see if some folks sign in to the live, and we'll get started with some discussion. Show you a view from outside here in the lambing pasture. Babies are out sunning this morning. It's warm, sunny. Well, it's not necessarily warm. It's a little cool this morning. It was 30 degrees when we got up this morning. But the sunshine is warm. And boy, the sheep and all here at the farm are glad to see the sunshine. We're coming live out at the lambing barn today. These littles were born yesterday. A set of twin boys. This ewe, I caught this morning. She had some birthing processes started, and she's working on giving us some lambs sometime, maybe early this afternoon. So she's progressing well. These little guys were born, and I'll have to I'll just share the story of their birth. It's a little bit comical on my part. She had the first little lamb out in the pasture yesterday where we feed hay. And I always like to catch the lambs if they're born out and bring them in here to the lambing shed so that they can get their number, corresponds with their mother, and then we process them, make sure that the mother's going to milk well, and she's not going to have any trouble with sickness after lambing, or the lambs are up and about and doing well, and we can tag them, and those we tag and put back out to pasture in a couple days, maximum 3 days in here, and we want them right back out in the sunshine on grass. So it's funny. I finally got a halter on the ewe, just so we ensure that she follows along and doesn't stay to the pasture. And most of them will. They'll come right along with you and follow their lamb. They want those lambs, So, but scoop the new lamb up. He was he'd been cleaned off pretty well and was already up and trying to nurse, and scooped him up and started leading the old ewe towards the barn, and she grunted a couple of times and slowed down, and she grunted once more and stopped, and I kind of coaxed her along and she wouldn't move, and I turned around, and lo and behold, the second lamb had flopped out behind her and it was shaking and flopping like they always do when they hit the ground. And so I thought, oh, well, what a predicament I'm in here. So I had brought along a small bucket of hay with me of alfalfa and to entice the ewe in case she was hard to catch. And I had that. So out I dumped the alfalfa and scooped up the newborn lamb, still sopping wet from mama. Threw him in the bucket, the other lamb in tow under my arm, and the ewe in the other hand. And we made it back to the lambing shed and in this lambing pen. So, oh, it was comical. I tried to call Erica, my wife, to see if she was home. She hadn't gotten home yet. So, I was going to have her come to the pasture and help me carry one of them, but we managed. We got it. I don't know if anybody caught me on satellite, but I'm sure it was a sight to behold. I wish we'd have got it on video. It would have been a good one to post. But yeah, so it would be exciting if we could document this lamb's birth here today. I don't know if that'll happen. Sometimes these ewes won't produce lambs if they're bothered by people. So. Such a beautiful view from out here. The mountains in the distance. It's peaceful at the lambing shed. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. We've got several ewes and babies out picking what new little grass has come up. They're really enjoying the new little sprouts that are popping up, and the pastures in behind we're letting grow. When lambing's over, hopefully those will be caught up and we can turn mamas and babies all out together on fresh new grass, and boy, will they get a good enjoyment out of that. They love it. They do well. They pick weight back up quick on grass. So this is where we feed at night. These little troughs. They put the grain in, the corn. They eat corn. And then open the gate and they all come in. And shed, and we're able to look them over. And we don't feed much, just a little bit to look at them every night. And they get a little dry hay and stay up when it's rainy outside. But if it's clear, we don't normally intervene. So. For those that may wonder why the ewe has a spray painted number 6 on her, this number is the ewe's number. The lambs each have a green 6 on them as well. The green indicates she has twin lambs. The number 6, it correlates to the lambing number she is. So she's the 6th ewe in this pen to lamb this year. And she had twins, so she got painted a green 6. We use blue for singles and fluorescent orange for triplets. So this ewe if nobody lambs before her today, will be 7. And then she'll get a color corresponding her. This just allows us to spot the ewe and match her with the lambs very easy in the pasture in case there's ever a problem. And that way, we hadn't tagged yet the ear. They all get an ear tag with a number. They'll get that. We need to do them all here pretty soon, and that way they're ready to all be turned out in the big pasture when lambing's over on grass. So, but it's much easier for us not to have to go get a record book that tells the lamb's tag number and then the ewe's tag number that corresponds with who their mom is. So this system we've implemented just this year. So and it's worked out really good so far. It's really been helpful to catch those ewes big number and match her lamb, look at them, and haven't had to use it for a problem yet, thank goodness, but it's there if we need it. And so far the paint stayed on good. I've got the first ewe, the number 1 ewe, starting to fade a little bit, and I may go back and repaint her actually, because I really like. She didn't have hardly any wool on when she lambed. We just sheared, and so this stays on much longer on the wool than it does hair skin. So, yep, that's the story behind the number on the ewe and the lambs. The mama ewe is expecting mother's getting more restless, so it would be neat to film her delivery and let everybody see the new lambs, huh? Someone watches the video in a day or two. Comment back to me. I have a question. It looks like really no one's joined us. So, how can we make our viewers, our subscribers, aware that we're live? Is that something that we have to schedule live, or can we just go live and it'll notify them? We'd like to do some lives and actually interact with some of the viewers, answer questions, and have a chat. We enjoy that. I enjoy that. So, old ewes laying down again. Maybe, just maybe. Those young lads will be ready to go out of the pen today, this afternoon, before feeding time. They're up and bouncing this morning. They're happy.